Good day time, my fuzzyites, and welcome to Detective Pikachu Returns. Yeah, this is not gonna fit. I'm gonna get closer and put you here. So I am doing a first look at the game. Jump story mode, don't really know what that is. Just play the first little bit, 3 hours of it, or about 3 hours of it, depending what goes on. See how the game is and whatnot. I have not played the Detective Pikachu series before. I guess there's one game in the series which I thought I had. Hold on, let me check. I did put down every game I have. So I should be able to do the search function instead of literally looking. Games I own. Find. Nope. I apparently do not own Detective Pikachu 1, which I thought I did. I've also never played Detective Pikachu, so this is the first game in the series I am playing. I did hear that Detective Pikachu was more, straightforward, I guess. It was very easy when you have brown hair and the one brown hair from the suspect, and there's one brown-haired kid that you're talking to as a suspect. Kind of easy. So, yeah, we'll see how this is. I've seen the trailer for this, so we should be able to use Pokemon. Whether or not we'll do that in this episode, who knows. But, let's go in. I enjoy the Pokemon. I like the Pokemon spin-off games, as I've said before in other videos. The Pokemon series itself, I appreciate it. I understand why people like it. But the spin-off games are what I like Pokemon Channel.
The name's Pikachu, and I'm what you might call a great detective.
I have yet to see that. Maybe he is in the first one. I'll have to get and play the first one when I get a modded 3DS.
With my bolts of brilliance, I've solved many mysteries. My partner Harry and I ran into some trouble on a case. Harry suddenly disappeared, and I'd lost all my memories. After that, I was wandering the city when I ran into Tim. Somehow, he could understand what I was saying. Our goals were one and the same. Find Detective Harry, because my missing partner just so happened to be Tim's dad. While we were searching for Harry, we uncovered a series of crimes involving R, a chemical that drove Pokemon berserk.
Spoilers. Spoilers for the first game.
Tim and I managed to solve the case and save Rhyme City. And yet... Harry was still missing. Even now, the two of us are still searching for him.
He's so small. I love it. Look at him. Look at the little fella. No. If you have a...
Harry. Just where the heck did you go?
If you have a door leading to the White Void, don't go into it. Detective Pikachu Returns. I have seen the Detective Pikachu movie. I don't know how much of it is canon to the games. So.
Pokemon of Rhyme City, I hereby proclaim this day the start of Pokemon Friendship Week. To commemorate this event, we present this award to Tim Goodman and Pikachu, who saved
Harry!
Pikachu, great detective known for bolts and brilliance.
Oh, Pikachu, I'm sorry. I guess that's a sign I better wrap this speech up, eh?
They can't understand him because he's not a person. He's not people. Tim Goodman wearing the iconic...
Couldn't have picked a worse time to doze off.
Sorry.
Now then, due to the R incident of 2 years ago, some of our citizens began to doubt Rhyme City's motto, coexistence with Pokemon.
Isn't that all the cities in Pokemon motto?
Affected, I offer you my deepest sympathies.
Howard Miles, mayor of Rhyme City.
What's that?
A Corviknight?
Corviknight flies through the air with metal wings.
It's coming this way.
Punch it!
Sir, follow me. Everyone, get inside right away.
Yes! Leave! Ha ha ha! I'll just be here spreading wings.
Could it be? Or?
Don't think so. Its behavior's different.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
all right.
beautiful.
Just calm down.
Ah, screw you, policeman! I want your hat like Mario. My uncle Calypso stole a hat once
Lousy
from
cop.
Mario.
It just made off with my signature hat.
Now,
My dad gave you that hat.
now you're just a normal Pikachu.
Gotta get it back.
How will I tell you apart? Really? You know how important that hat is to me? And Corviknight just flew off with it. What a mess. Let's get it back. Huh? What's that? Huh. Hey, Tim, over here. This is the mayor's black book. You know what that means. Oh, I can move. Oh, I don't I don't know why this I think in one of the other mainstream Pokemon games you can do a twirl when you spin. I think that's what I was going for. Don't know why running animation here is what I'm like, yes, I must see it. Examine the mayor's black book. Don't, kid.
This must be the notebook the mayor dropped. Oh, there's something inside. A family photo? This girl looks familiar. Oh,
My
she's
God.
the one who didn't look too happy during the mayor's speech.
What?
That's my classmate, Rachel. She knows a lot about Pokemon.
Did I miss something from the audience?
Whoa, time out. You know her? Why am I just now learning this?
I know a lot of people. I don't tell you every person I know. Like, oh yeah, I know the butcher, the baker, a candlestick maker, but I ain't bringing that stuff up. We should return this notebook to Mayor Miles. Yeah, but first we gotta deal with the Corviknight. Yeah, I guess this is my accent now. Alright, let's go, Pikachu. Pika, Pika, Beagles. What do we do now? That's... Oh no, I don't... This doesn't look good. Pidove, a regular sight in Rhyme City's parks.
Oh,
Oh, are you gonna eat that? What? Never mind. Oh, is this that Pidove unconscious? Man, if only we had a center for Pokemon around here. What a stupid idea. Don't touch it. Moving this Pokemon could injure it. Hey, you, big guy. What happened to Pidove? Well, I'm at a loss. Nothing I've tried so far is working. Hey! Can you even hear me? You! Cut that Pikachu's Pika chatter. And evacuate. I was hung up on execute. I'm like, that's not execute. Evacuate the area. Will Butler, Chief of the Pokemon Protection Bureau. Adino. Can hear how healthy you are. I need to track down that Corviknight and get this area evacuated. But I can't just leave this Pidove here. Hey, if you're not gonna eat it, I will. Know what I'm saying? Hey, what happened? Calm down, Pikachu. To everyone else, you're just saying Pika Pika. I'm the only one who can understand what you're saying. Remember? We had a game of this. Allegedly, this probably came up in that game, too. Oh, right. Sorry. Got a little worked up seeing a Pidove out in such bad shape. Okay, Tim. It's on you to ask the big guy what went down. Excuse me, what happened here? The Pidove lost a battle. What do you think? Well, oh, you're a young detective. Yes, I'm Tim Goodman. I'm a good man. And this is my partner, Pikachu. Well, butlers, I serve and protect. Whoa, butlers. Well, butlers, Pokemon Protection Bureau. And this is Udino. And this Udino is a police department rescue squad. Udino! I'll spare you the details. Right now, we need to help this Predov. All the wind Corviknight whipped up, blew it around and knocked it out. Udino used a move to help Predo recover, but it still hasn't woken up. Udino! Chief, no civilians injured to report at this time. Copy that. Good work. Now I really should get back to leading the evacuation. But I can't just leave the Predov here unconscious. You ought to clear out of here too, young detective. Mr. Butler. Let me help you take care of the Predov. I'll find a way to wake it up. Yeah. Let a couple of great detectives handle this. You? This is an emergency situation. One that requires my full attention. Maybe I should let you help. Alright. I'll leave waking up the Predov to you. I'm counting on you, young detective. Yes, sir. Let's go, Pikachu. Pika okay. The fuck you call me? Hey, why don't we talk to the other those other Predovs? Sure. Let's give it a shot. You're under arrest, Predov, for being a Predov in a Predov zone. Hold on a second, Tim. Before we talk to these guys, there's something I need to tell you. Yeah? What's that? Cases don't just pop up when it's convenient to us. I don't gotta tell you that, right? Yeah? And it's been a good long while since our last case. Well, that's true. So, let's hit pause and jog our memory on how we go about investigating a case. We'll do this one by the book, alright? Are you implying that this game has going by the book and off the book record choices? So we can choose to be a good cop or a bad cop? Probably not. Maybe. I'd be surprised if they did that. If you say so. Yeah, Tim, this is our first investigation in a long time. Fortunately, Predov's injuries are already healed. All we gotta do is find a way to wake it up. Water, shaking, yelling. There's three off the top of my head. Some might call it convenience. No, not convenience. Coincidence. But me, I called an opportunity for a detective work tutorial. Perfect, right? It's like we're being watched by people who need a tutorial. And I do. I suppose. Let's refresh our memory and make sure we conduct a full investigation. Okay, got it. First, let's go over how we investigate. I talk to the Pokemon, and I talk to the people. Whoa, slow down there, Sonny Jim. Yes, but you talk to people. Together, the two of us will gather evidence and take testimonies from people and Pokemon and piece them all together to solve the case. Yep, that's how we do it. Exactly. Okay, this round of questioning is all yours, Pikachu. Sure thing, here we go. Hey, Peter, my bro. Can I talk to you? I'm guessing you're a pal with this unconscious Peter. Mind if I ask you a couple questions? Cool. It says their friend's taking a nap and won't wake up. So, it thinks its unconscious Peter is just sleeping? Cool. Yeah, he says he's lazy. Doesn't like waking up too early. Admirable, really. If you don't have to wake up, you shouldn't have to wake up, you know? You really love the smell of... Wait, what's that gonna do anything? Cool. Nice strong aroma makes sleepy times go away. Heh, that should be a song. That's what I'm saying. You'd think these P-Dubs would have more concern about their unconscious friend instead of chirping about some smell. I'm gathering there's a certain aroma that P-Dubs are really into? Guess that's all we're gonna get. Maybe we should question some other P-Dubs around here. Hey, Tim. Come here a second. If you get stuck during an investigation and see a light bulb icon in the bottom left corner of the screen, you can press the left button to consult Pikachu to get hints. Call me before you go anywhere. Call me before you go anywhere. Hey Pikachu, I need... What do you think? Okay, wrong button. I'm a little curious about that P-Dub was saying. Yeah, its friend is unconscious, but all it wants to talk about is an aroma. It's like, yep, nice strong aroma makes sleepy times go away. That's all I could get out of it. Oh man, what could it mean? If only it was more clear. Aroma, sleepy time, go away. Wait, what if it was talking about using some items of scent? And what if that scent could wake up its friend? That's it, Tim! My goodness! Why couldn't it have been clearer? Oh, my throat's gonna hurt. If I can find a strong aroma those P-Dubs are chirping about, maybe I'll wake up its unconscious friend. That's what I'm thinking. It's worth a shot at least. Maybe it'll be the donuts that's right behind them. But how are we gonna find a scent like that? There might be some Pokemon who haven't evacuated yet. Maybe we can ask them. That reminds me. Listen up, Tim. If you're having trouble doing an investigation, you can call me out anytime. I can give you advice discreetly so no one else notices. Of course, you could just mull things over on your own. But if you get stuck, it might be a good idea to take a break and retrace your steps. That's important too. Press the start button, the plus button, during gameplay to open the sub-menu. In this menu, you can save the game and change the game settings. You can press ZL during gameplay to reread recent conversation. Older conversations eventually disappear, so be careful not to forget what they said. Okay, here we go. Oh, I love you. Magnemite. Hey, Sparrow, cross the line. See what happens. You should evacuate too, Detective. Magnemite. Magnemite. Levitates using electromagnetism. A little jolt from Magnemite might be just what P-Dub needs to wake up. Yeah, you can't use your moves, so you'll have to ask Magnemite to do some jolting for you. Yeah, let's not go there, please. It still haunts me. You know, I'd use my moves if I could. Mag? Oh, I'll tell you what the problem is. You've got a P-Dub that won't wake up. I was thinking one of your electric type moves could jolt it awake. But probably only as a last resort. Magnum. Oh, you're willing to help us out. Thanks. If all else fails, we'll hit it with the electric assist. Meg. What do you have to say? Zah! Stare into the great beyond. That's Zotus. Zotus? I could never tell what it's staring at, or what it might be thinking. But that's the sort of Pokemon who's probably got all kinds of incredible knowledge. I don't know about that, but let's try asking it if there's something if it knows anything about how to wake up a P-Dub. Go ahead. Way ahead of you. Hey, Zatu. Can you hear me? Hey. It's not saying anything. I wonder what's wrong. Oh, it wants peace and quiet while it's sunbathing. It's awfully calm, given all the commotion going on. Maybe we should try asking someone else. Loman? Aromaticity. Extended and intending aromas. Ooh. Aroma! You're aromaticity, aren't you? What are those P-dubs surrounding you? Aroma! Yes, you have an aroma, so... they're starting to flock as soon as you got here. Those P-dubs have been following aroma tissue around. Cool. They're asking if it makes it to make the nice aroma. Cool. Hurry up, make the nice aroma. Aroma. The P-dubs are really getting on its nerves. Seems like these P-dubs are all drawn to the scent that aroma tis emits. Which means Aromatist might be able to help us wake up the unconscious P-dove. Good thinking, Pikachu. Let's ask if Aromatist is willing to help us out. Hey there, Aromatist. We could use some help. Aromati! It'll help us if we can get these P-doves to stop following it around. Fair enough, let's talk to the P-doves. I just hope they understand us. You speak Pokemon, so probably. Cool! Sorry to ask you this, but could you move, somewhere else? Hey! Now's not the time to stop smelling the aromas. We're trying to help your friend here. Say, guess what? Pretty soon Aromatist is gonna make a lot of nice aromas right over there. Cool! They're on board with the nice aromas over there plan. So they'll move? Great. Aromatist should be willing to help us out now, right? Aroma! It's happy to lend a hand. Now we got those P-dubs to move. Great. Let's take Aromatist back to the square. Okay, Aromatist. Here's the P-dub. Please help it. Aroma!
All right.
P-dub?
Glad that worked. Oh.
P-dub's awake. I don't do. And what the scent is nice. But it's kind of like a really strong perfume. I don't get why the P-dub love it so much. Coo! Coo coo! Coo coo coo! Glad you're enjoying it. Aroma! Yep. You were a huge help. Aromatis. Thank you. Thanks. Excellent work, young detective. Excellent. No, what was the voice? Excellent work, young detective. But that perked P-dove right up. I'd never consider getting help from other Pokemon in the area. Oh yeah. Come to think of it, a police officer is calling the Big Guy Chief. Come to think of it, a police officer was calling the Big Guy Chief. I wonder why. It couldn't be that he's the chief of police. Like, didn't he say that too? How about asking him and finding out? About you, Mr. Butler. Yes, I am Will Butler, chief of the PPB. The PPB? We're an organization dedicated to protecting the Pokemon of Rhyme City. the Pokemon Protection Bureau. So it's kinda like the police, but focused on Pokemon. I don't know. I didn't know we had such a thing like that. We do now! The Bureau only recently started its official operations. At the moment, we're borrowing office space at the Rhyme City Police Station and cooperating with the police. We were dispatched to provide security, but, well, just look what happened. I can't believe fiasco that big on my watch occurred. I can't believe a fiasco this big occurred on my watch. It's honestly an embarrassment. About the Pokemon Protective Bureau. We were formed 2 years ago as a response to the infamous R incident, the case you two solved. Back then, Pokemon-related disturbances were happening all over the city. And human and Pokemon residents of Rhyme City were deeply affected by that. Mayor Miles was so shaken up by what occurred, he took it upon himself to create the PPB as a countermeasure. We wanted to make sure crimes involving Pokemon, like the R incident, could never happen again. That's why this organization exists. Isn't keeping the peace the police job too, though? In the past few years, Rhyme City has seen a concerning rise in the number of reports, incidences, and accidents. The police are struggling to handle so many instances, including those involving Pokemon. But now the police have protected the Pokemon, can protect the human population of Rhyme City, while the PPB protects the Pokemon. By dividing up the work, we can keep everyone safe. Oh, so that's why the PPB was formed. Just what I'd expect from Rhyme City. How it really looks like us looking out for us Pokemon, huh? By the way, young detective, I was watching your investigation earlier. I couldn't help but notice. Were you explaining things to the Pikachu? Huh? I don't think Pikachu understands what you're telling him, though. Unless the two of you can... I'm not actually talking to him. It's more like getting advice. No, that's not it. It's... Oh, I get it. You talk to your Pikachu to organize your thoughts. Interesting way to form your deductions, if you ask me. Yeah, that's it. Well, we do understand each other, actually. Whew, that was close. I thought he'd catch on to us. Be careful. Usually folks can't believe we can talk to each other. What's the harm in saying, yeah, we talk to each other? Whoa.
It's back again. Come on, let's chase it down.
Sir.
Slowly. And to the right.
Oh.
Oh, it's... Corviknight again. Hey, give me back my hat, would ya? The chief went after Corviknight in his patrol car. I bet Corviknight still got my hat. Let's follow it. Exit! Up. Huh? Those are Pokemon cries. Some of them coming from the direction Corviknight flew off in. Let's go check it out.
Ah,
Zattel. It's telling us not to panic. Cool as a cucumber, even in a crisis. Aroma! It's wondering why it even bothered helping us. Aroma! Because now instead of 2 P-Doves following it around, there are 5. And it wants to know what we are planning to do about that. Sorry, Aromative. Sorry, those pedos don't mean to be annoying to you.
Oh,
Oh, nothing but this tree. Wait a minute. Pikachu, look. Huh. Well, how about them apples? They're scattered all over the place. What a mess. Oh, Applin.
blap!
Lives in an apple. App! That's dangerous here, Applin. You should find somewhere to be that's safe. App! That's odd. It doesn't seem to want to leave. Huh. Let's talk to it. How about you? I haven't seen any Applins in the city before. Where'd you come from? App! Oh. You go to sleep in the wooden crates, and when you wake up, you're always someplace new. So the apple vendor travels to different locations, and this applin gets carried along? The apple vendor probably doesn't know about this applin. Apple! Something suddenly shook it awake a moment ago. I'll bet it was that Corviknight. Same goes for these crates getting toppled over. Doesn't look like the apple vendor. I don't see an apple vendor. They must have evacuated the area. What happened here? App! So the wooden crate shook, you got thrown out, and that's when you realized your friends were missing. It got separated? Then let's help find its friends. Good thinking. How many friends were with you? App! 2? Got it. Okay. Got it. From what Appin said, I think I get what's going on here. But as much as I would like to get my hat back from the Corviknight, we can't just abandon a Pokemon in need of our help. Yeah, what kind of great detectives would we be if we didn't lend a helping hand or two along the way? Okay, should we investigate the fallen apples over there? I'd be happy to, if there wasn't a tree in the way. Just go around it. Something about it seems odd to me. Maybe we should investigate that first. Like, I can clearly go around it. Excuse me. Alright. That way is blocked off. It looks like... Let's look somewhere else. Hey, big tree that's not an executor. Okay. We should investigate because this tree is in the way. What should we do about it? Well, we can't just cut it down. Eggs.
Whoa! This tree's an executor!
Yeah, no sheep. Executor, Illuminum form. Towering tropical Pokemon. Wait, isn't this an Alolan Executor? I've never seen one before, so I didn't even realize that. What is going on here in Rhyme City? Why don't we ask and get some questions in while we're at it? We can't investigate unless it moves anyways. Hey, Executor, look over here. Look down by your feet. Eggs. Whoa, don't all talk at once. How about this, Executor? I'll tell you which head should answer. Sound good? Sorry about that. Eggs. Whoops. Forgot to say which head. The Executor. A. You. Middleist head. Why are you here? Eggs. Guess it's been traveling around with the apple vendor. That explains why it's here in Rhyme City.
Hey,
You, Righthead, tell me what happened here. Eggs. Corviknight came through and through. When you tried to dodge it, you bumped into the fruit stand. I knew it. Yeah. By the way, have you seen a hat? Corviknight took mine. Eggs. Guess it happens all of a sudden for you to tell. Oh well. Wow, these investigations.
hey.
Leftmost head. We've got a favor to ask. Egg? Sorry, we've got to search through these apples scattered behind you. Could you please scooch over a bit? Egg. Whew. Oh, good. It moved for us. Now we can investigate the scene. Well, there's one there between his legs. This is where all the apples were scattered around. Let the investigation begin. Yeah, one there. I don't see the other one. Remember what we're looking for. The two missing apples. That's right. There are a lot of apples here, so try not to overlook them, okay? Look, an apple I found one. App. But you've been sitting still pretending to be an apple the whole time. That must take a whole lot of practice. App. Patiently staying still is one of your talents. Impressive. That Corviknight got you wrapped up in quite a mess here, didn't it? Your friend's waiting for you. This one I don't... There are apples everywhere. I don't see any apples. At this point, the apples are only good for making juice and jam or something. You still eat them, bruised and all? The apple is great. No sign of an apple, though. Well, we searched pretty thoroughly. I don't see my hat in the other applins, though. Where could it be? Oh! There it is, hiding. The little cheat. Huh? Did you see something move behind that crate? What? No, I didn't notice anything. Try checking around. Maybe something's changed. Oh, your hat.
Huh?
My hat! Corviknight dropped it. Could have sworn it wasn't here earlier. Anyways, I'm just glad to have it back.
This was a real pain. Hey, get back here. The heck?
Hey, quit playing around.
Hey, I'm not playing at all. My hat keeps moving on its own.
That's ridiculous, Pikachu.
See? Told you so.
Executor.
Guess I've gotta go get it.
Guess so.
I'm Executor!
Well, Tim, lift me up.
Okay. You alright?
Oh, so
Don't hurt
adorable.
yourself.
Please, this'll be nothing.
Ooh. Whew. That was close. Oh. Oh. Poor Pikachu.
got your back.
Ah! Oh no! Applin used tackle. It was super effective. Pikachu! That's an Applin. What? Are you okay? Yeah, fine, dandy. Nice catch, by the way. Are you Are the Applin okay too? Yep, they're all happy to be reunited. Good. Glad they're all alright. So one of them was wearing my hat, huh? Seeing it move on its own really threw me for a loop. Yeah, it's kind of obvious when you think about it. I'm sure Corviknight dropped the hat mid-flight and it just so happened to fall in the top of the Applin. Oh yeah. Hey Tim, where's my hat? Don't worry, I've got it. Whew. At the end of the day, I'm glad I didn't lose my hat.
Yeesh, that was a hassle. Yeah, now that's more like it.
Yeah, you look like yourself again.
Thanks, Tim. Harry gave me this hat to commemorate our partnership.
The awards ceremony will resume shortly. We ask that all participants please return to the venue at this time.
I guess we better hurry back.
That darn Corviknight. I'll let it off the hook just this once.
I'm sure we won't see it ever again in the story.
Great work. Thank you. And you as well, Pikachu.
Yep.
I can't say it enough. Rhyme City owes you a debt of gratitude for your efforts. We strive for coexistence between people and Pokémon in our fair city. And you two are the ideal detective duo. On behalf of the city, I am pleased to present you with this medal.
Thank you, Mayor Myers. I'm honored.
Of course, you get one too, Pikachu.
Yeah, I'm the great detective.
Pika Pika to you too, little hero. Both of you, keep up the great work.
Way to go, Tim!
Yeah.
Congratulations, hon.
There's the mayor's daughter in the right corner. Later that evening, at Tim's apartment.
Tim, I was so proud of you today.
Oh, that's Tim's mother. Irene Goodman
You're
and
amazing,
sister
Tim.
Sophia Goodman, Tim's little sister.
You think so?
Everyone knows all about the amazing work you two have done. There was the Eevee abduction case, the fossil stealing spree.
And the Rhine Tower standoff case, too. They even made a movie based on the R case.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I thought that movie was pretty good. But how come Mom and me didn't even show up in it?
I have no idea, but movies usually do their own thing, don't they?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you something.
It was a good
This
movie.
is Dad's Pikachu, right?
Yeah. He's my partner at the moment, though.
Oh, he's
I
adorable.
see.
Whoa, whoa. What's with all the staring?
He saved your dad from trouble many times.
Wow.
Oh, Pikachu. The news is about to start.
Good news.
Maybe there's an update on that Corviknight.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is your first time in Rem City, isn't it, Sophia? Uh-huh. I'm so busy. It's so busy and fun. I'm glad I came. That Corviknight surprised me, though. I'm glad you and Mom are okay.
Right.
I'm glad you're safe and doing well, Tim, but you hardly ever call. I know no news is supposed to be good news, but you take that a bit too far. Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. But Rhyme City,
Well,
I haven't been in Rhyme City quite some time now. Not since the incident. Not since I last saw your father. Gosh, I guess it's been 2 years then. So you're the one who did it to him. What? Mother is the culprit.
speaking of which,
Time, are you getting enough to eat? Yeah. Stop by the Hi Hat Cafe for breakfast. It's part of my daily routine. The Hi Hat Cafe? It's Pikachu's favorite spot. It's so close now that we've moved. I've been going pretty much every morning. Maybe I should make some dinner for you tomorrow night. Then, it's been a while. You miss my cooking, don't you? Oh, of course. Thanks, Mom. I'll look forward to it.
Yep.
Fine, yeah, meow, 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 meow. No, no. Meow, no, 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 no. These are the medals we received. They're proof of all the good we've done with our great detective work. Let's keep it up, Tim. Medal, no. No.
Hey,
Oh, these are old case notes. Yep, it's all the stuff you told me to keep a record of. Not bad, Tim. There's a lot you can learn from past cases, you know. Show me what you've got. Ooh, the R case. Eh? That takes me back. It was the first case we partnered for. Yeah, R was a chemical that made Pokemon go berserk. It was created from Mewtwo's cells. When the Pokemon were given R, its eyes would grow red and it would become enraged and violent. It was horrible. Even now, I still can't believe they used innocent Pokemon to cause all those incidents. Same. That was one tough nut to crack. But we managed to catch the culprit in the end. And for Mewtwo's cells to be removed. As for Mewtwo's cells and the remaining vials of R, we confiscated all that stuff when we brought the culprit back to justice. Speaking of which, in our final confrontation with that guy, you managed to use one of your moves. You usually can't use any of your moves. How are you able to pull that off? Beats me. I'm just as baffled as you are, kid. After Harry went missing, I lost all my memories for some reason. Looks like we need to go to a TM trainer. It's also when I realized I couldn't use my moves. Maybe the pressure of that intense situation is how you're able to use that move. Could be. It's a possibility, at least. After I used that move, I just blacked out. I was really worried about you. Oh, round time. We interrupt our regularly scheduled program to bring you this breaking news. Oh, what's going on?
According to amateur footage we've received from a viewer, Pokemon
Very
appears to
choppy.
have caused an explosion. This explosion occurred in the mountain range northeast of Rhyme City. This may be related to the recent uptick in incidents involving Pokemon.
Uh-oh.
Rhyme City Police and the newly established Pokemon Protection Bureau are investigating. Amelia Christie signing off.
hey, Tim. Did you catch that?
I hope that incident doesn't have anything to do with Dad.
He's dead, Tim! Move on!
Mewtwo told me 2 years ago. Dad's alive, and we'll be able to find him as long as we don't give up.
Yeah. Mewtwo is still our only connection to finding Harry.
whispering to Pikachu, are you? You're just like your father, talking to Pokemon like that.
Oh, really? It's been 2 years since the R incident. Since then, We've solved all kinds of cases. The mayor even gave us an award for it. I can still talk to Pikachu and understand him.
Mm-hmm.
If the two of us keep solving cases together, I'm sure we'll find my dad someday.
Yep. Maybe he's closer than you think if the movie is to be included. The day after the award ceremony. There's where we got the apples from. The park now has a fountain? Where's the wind around town?
That's a lot of Whimsicott.
Sure is. They ride through on seasonal winds every year.
I hear they can be real pranksters.
If they get in a house they like, they scatter cotton everywhere.
Sounds like a pain to clean up.
Yep. The sweet smell of coffee is calling my name.
It's the perfect Pikachu bait.
Yeah.
Hello. Frank Holiday. Rhyme City Police Inspector. Always on
Inspector
holiday.
Did you finally find my dad?
Sorry. No. I'm here on a different case.
No, he's dead, Tim. Move on.
Received reports of a jewel theft.
You two
Could you
lied.
lend me a hand with this one?
Of course.
The incident occurred at the dentist residence, the mansion down the street.
Oh, rich people?
Sorry,
Never mind.
But Brad is waiting for me. I'll go ahead and meet up with you there.
So much for my coffee.
No, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go, Pikachu. Wait a second, Tim. What for? There's no need to rush. We got calm. You've been calm and unhurried. If you want to do the best investigation. Yeah, I guess that's true. Pikachu, a really talkative Pokemon. If you see this Pikachu icon in the lower left corner, you can press right to chat with him. Sometimes Pikachu will try to get your attention, and the Pikachu icon will bounce to let you know he wants to talk. If you see this icon bouncing, press the right button to hear what Pikachu has to say.
Whoa!
Hey, don't ignore me.
Tim, whoa!
Hey, don't ignore me.
Tim, look, I know we need to hurry, but would it really hurt if we relaxed a bit? For instance... Oh, here's a good idea. You could listen to some sage advice from a great detective like me. Okay.
Oh, Bahala is waiting. We better be joining him.
Whoa!
Oh, Tim, not that way. Yeah. If this is the same area, what? Did they just remove the fountain, or was it behind? No. Because, yeah, the thing was right here about. So they moved out the fountain, plugged up the hole. Something shiny in the fountain. What could it be? NK! Little jump scare. NK! Whoa, I knew I saw something. It was a Pokemon. That's an Inkay, Tim. It lights up the spot to communicate with friends. Never figured it'd use those lights to lure someone in close enough for a prank. Yeah, it definitely surprised me. Inkay! Inkay! Hey, Inkay. Maybe you should ease up on the jump scares, okay? There's a lot of people to talk to, but I'm gonna continue the story. If you wanna go off on your own and see what other people have to say, feel free to buy the game and do it yourself. I'm just here for the facts. I appreciate you coming at a short notice, Tim. This way, the crime took place at the dentist restaurant. Up ahead. Residence. Sorry about that. Going to the Derek residence. Oh, is this game kind of open world-esque? where you can go from one place to another? They seem to be able to go to the fountain that way. Or is it just during mission orientation?
Well,
missions.
well, if it isn't the great detectives.
Brad McMaster, Rhyme City Police Lieutenant. Manacicate. Dedicated to law and order. Oh, it's been a while, Brad. I see you're on a case too. I'm surprised. That means you as well. I suppose that means you as well. You private investigators do love sticking your nose into every little thing. Well, we did solve stuff that you couldn't figure out. No. If Mr. Dennis hadn't requested you personally, I'd be asking you to leave right now. Yep, he's still a jerk. Think he's still holding a grudge from the last time we showed him up? Malach! He says no funny business. Jeez, no wonder you two are partners. That's enough, Brad. We're going to be conducting this investigation together. This is the scene of the crime, right? Yes, this prison belongs to Sanjeev Dennis, a jeweler. Dennis residence. The residence of Dennis. Mr. Dennis is one of the wealthiest men in Rhyme City. Under normal circumstances, a civilization. Civilian like yourself would never have the opportunity to meet him. Make sure you don't do anything to offend him. Oh, and don't get in the way of our investigation either. He's just got to dig it somewhere, doesn't he? Digging. Okay, Tim. Come inside. MJ, Mary Jane, the missing jewelry. Dennis residence, 1F.
I see.
Alright, Tim. Mr. Dennis is waiting for you in the room. Go to the right. Thanks, Inspector Holliday. That's the left. Ho ho. Lugia. A wall.
Whoa!
Oh, it's not that way. To Mr. Holliday's room. Well, the room Mr. Holliday mentioned.
Oh, Tim, I've been waiting for you.
W. Janjeev Dennis. Growlith, guard of the Dennis residence. Aww. My name is Janjeev Dennis. Sanjeev Dennis. I'm a jeweler, and this is my partner Growlith. I'm Detective Goodman. Tim Goodman. This is my partner, Pikachu. Sorry to jump right into this, but could you please tell us what you know about the incident? What about the trauma that could be? The precious jewelry was stolen while I was out of the house. It's called the Aurora Drop, and it's a very rare gem indeed. The Aurora Drop? What a mysterious name for a magical thing. The thief injured one of the staff of my staff members and made off with the jewelry. Okay. Thankfully, my staff member's injuries were minor, and yet, is something sticking out as odd? Well, his bone, for one, but we're fixing that. Well, the police are treating my trusted butler as a prime suspect. They think the butler did it? That sounds like a cliche. Could you tell me a bit more about the stolen jewel? It looks like this. Pulls out the jewel. But not this one. A different one like this. My precious gemstone must first be cut and polished into a beautiful gem. Most gemstones must first be cut. Most gemstones must first be cut and polished into beautiful jewels. But the Aurora Drop is said to have naturally formed into its shape. Wow. The way it shines makes it look a bit like an aura. Yes, that's precisely how it got its name. Good job, you're a detective. The Aurora Drop has been the subject of many tales, but it was thought to be nothing more than fiction. Even among us. Do-do-do-do. No, that's not it. Boom, boom. Dun, 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 dun. For the longest time, we called it the Jewel of Legend.
Wow. He wasn't kidding when he called it precious. Guess it's no surprise that someone wanted to steal it.
It definitely sounds valuable. Where were you displaying it? I kept it securely locked within a special refined case inside my jewelry storage room. There are locks on both the storage door and the refined case. And yet, despite all that security, it still got stolen? About your butler, you mentioned the police already had a suspect. Yes, they believe that the thief is my own trusted butler, Barnes. Whoa. Why do you think that? Because Barnes said he stole it. Wait, what? And had it on him. Because Barnes and I are the only people who can access the key to the storage room. Oh, what's keeping someone else from getting to it? My 9mm. The key is always kept inside around Growlith's neck. If anyone but Burns or myself attempt to take it from him, Growls will start barking and rip their head off. My Growlith is a very loyal Pokemon. She would never allow the key to be taken by a stranger. Oh, I don't see the key around Growlith's neck right now. Yes, it was stolen by a stranger. The police think Barnes took it.
That would certainly make sense, assuming Barnes really is the culprit.
Mr. Dennis, if possible, I'd like to talk to Barnes. And Noble. He's currently being questioned by the police. But you don't believe Barnes is the thief, is that correct? I've known Barnes since we were young. He's worked at this house for years and has always served us well. I am certain that he's never steal from me. And I couldn't possibly imagine him hurting anyone. So you're saying Barnes isn't very noble? Didn't do it. And the real culprit is still at large? That's right. Somebody else must have stolen the jewel. Please help me prove that Barnes is innocent.
Ah. So that's why he called us, to clear the butler's name.
I'll talk to Barnes later. So, finding the Aurora Drop and clearing Barnes of suspicion. They're the two things you called us to do. Could you please? We're the only one you can count on. There you go. Why am I tired? I had such a long sleep. Our job is to investigate the case and reveal the truth. We won't know if Barnes is truly innocent until we look into his moves.
Yeah, the police must have at least some reason to suspect him.
But we'll do what we can if it's acceptable to you to take the case. That's more than acceptable. Thank you, Tim. Great. In that case, let's start investigating the scene of the crime. Of course, the jewelry storage room is just upstairs. I know you won't let me down. Well, no, let's talk to the Growlith.
Wait a second, Tim. There's something I want to try, starting with this case.
Something you want to try?
Yeah. A case notebook. The writers of Detective Journal swear by.
Detective Journal? That's a magazine you're always reading, right?
Yeah, that's the one. They researched the most effective way for detectives to organize their case notes. The solution they came up with was a case notebook.
Wow, writing stuff down neatly. Sounds intriguing. How does it work?
First you get a pen, and then a notebook. I'm getting to that. First, open your notebook.
How was the jewel stolen? Sanjeev, Dennis's jewelry has appeared to have been stolen. But how did the culprit steal it? Investigate the scene of the crime on the second floor for clues.
First, let's write the notebook. Any burning questions that arise while we're investigating. We'll summarize the testimony and evidence that we've gathered during our investigation on the page below.
The sold aurora. The aurora drop. It is Mr. Dennis's prized jewelry. Someone has stolen it.
After you've collected enough testimony and evidence, and begin deducing, options will appear. When you select this, you can start deducing the answers to our question. We don't have enough testimony and evidence right now, but once we do, we'll be able to start the deductioning. I could actually use them. I guess using the notebook is the best approach. So Tim, what do you have to do right now?
We gotta collect testimonies and evidence to figure out how the jewelry was stolen. To do that, let's investigate this. We first have to investigate the scene of the crime.
That's right. Let's go out. Let's check out the jewelry storage room.
No, I want to talk to Growlithe.
It's Dennis's partner, Growlithe.
She sure doesn't look happy.
Apparently she's feeling responsible. No wonder she's so down.
Maybe we should leave her alone for a while. No. Growlithe can let you know, 1, if someone stole the key, or 2, if the key was stolen when she was sleeping. That is a good lead. If the only way to get... Look at that little Pikachu run. Oh. Feathers.
Oh.
What's all this? Pokemon feathers?
Sure looks like it. It's scattered all over the floor and the windows open. Maybe the Pokemon got in or out through here.
Do you think it has anything to do with this case?
Let me have a look at that. One of these feathers is darker than the others.
That's right, the other 6 are a lighter shade of blue.
Something about this is nagging me.
Hey, Kingdom Hearts chests. The jewelry store has been left exactly as it was at the time of the incident. Inspector Holiday already filled me in. Please, go inside. Thank you. I was thinking it was that blue cloud, or the blue Pokemon with, like, cloud wings. Because that's the blue feather I know of. So it must have been him. What is it, Pikachu?
I checked the door. There's no sign of forced entry.
Then we can fairly certain that the thief used the key to get in.
According to Dennis, this room uses an aura drop where the aura drop used to be. Let's take a closer look.
They only took the one. Looks like the most disturbed than the rest. Let's start investigating. You might find a clue.
Alright. Don't let any detail slip past you, Tim. Let me see.
Where do we look first? Ah, they cut it open. That's why there's the two cases, and this looks lopsided. This is the only case that's damaged. Must be where they kept the aura drop. The edges look like it's sliced clean with a blade. What kind of blade could slice this cleanly through such a jewelry case? Jewelry case is still locked. Like Dennis said, the jewel in this case was stored under lock and key. The key to the case is a different key than the one to the jewelry storage room. I wonder who has the key then. Oh, look at that. A scuffle happened? Here's a blue feather. Do you think the Pokemon it belongs to was in this room? Maybe. It's from the Pokemon that lives in the mansion. Let's look into that later. The base of the jewelry case is firmly fixed to the floor. Yeah, moving the base doesn't even look possible. Oh, the cotton guys we saw, maybe with the blue bird things that also have the cloud wings. It looks fluffy and soft. It's a bunch of cotton doing in here.
Hey, Tim! Check it out! Looks good, huh? Disguises are a key part of detective work, you know.
Yeah, whatever. Now quit goofing off and investigate.
That's evidence, Pikachu.
Clearly doesn't appreciate my art. Perhaps I need to give him a little more training.
Looks like the part of the jewel case. Based on the shape, it looks like the top half of the case that was cut. Yeah, it looks that way. It's really clean cut. Sliced open jewel case. Slicing it must have been one seriously sharp blade. I doubt a human can pull that off. I don't see anything else worth investigating. Honestly, those are the Kingdom Hearts chests, are they not? I think that's everything.
Okay, let's start deducing.
Okay, so the cotton...
Okay, let's start deducing.
It's a red jewel. It's vibrant red, looks boiling hot lava. It's almost too bright to look at. This one's a blue jewel. It's a deep blue as the ocean. It's kind of magical feeling to it. A green jewel. Fresh green jewel reminds me of a forest. Looking at it calms me. Jewel, it's clear and sparkly. Brilliant. Almost brilliant.
Great.
We've got everything we need to make the deduction. Let's solve this case, Tim. No.
Whoa!
Well, where are you going? We're not done investigating and deducting. Well, if I have to deduct...
Seems like the residents of this mansion drink coffee frequently.
What?
I can tell by the aroma. Great Detective Coffee Note number 2. The water you use can change how your coffee tastes. Okay, I'm gonna teach you some great detective tips.
Okay.
Great detective tip number 1. Every single thing a suspect says or does has a motive behind it. It's a great detective's job to uncover them. We're
We've probably figured out how the culprit stole the jewel by now, eh? Alright. Select begin deducting in your case notes.
Okay.
Now, a few plausible theories. Which do you think is right? What is this? The culprit hasn't actually stolen the jewel yet. The culprit may not have taken the aura drop out of the jewel storage room. Instead, they may have hidden it amongst the cotton fluff scattered around the room, which we have no evidence of because we did check the cotton and we didn't see it. The culprit unlocked the case and stole the jewel. The government must have used the key to unlock the jewel case, then stole the aura drop, which you know isn't true because the jewel is still locked and cut open like this. The culprit cut open the jewel case and stole the jewel. The culprit somehow cut open the jewel case to steal the aura drop.
Okay.
Huh. From what I've seen from the crime scene, you can tell that the jewel case was sliced open. After that, the aura drop was placed from the case and taken away. Alright. We saw that the jewel case was locked, which supports the claim. We still need to investigate more to determine how the case was sliced open. But at least now, we know how the thief got their hands on the aura drop. Yeah. We made our first step forward. There appears. How was the jewel case, the jewel stolen? The culprit the jewel appears to have cut open the case and taken the jewel. To understand how to use the case notes, right? Yep. Once I've got some evidence, I'll start deducing. Feel free to start deducing whenever you feel it. The scene. We know how the crime was carried out. We can certainly be certain that the culprit sliced open the jewel case and took the jewel from inside it. But there's still one thing that's strange. Oh yeah? Yeah. Think, Tim. What's strange about the way the crime was committed? The jeweler store's door was locked. No, it wasn't. The jewel was stored in the room. No, was stored in this room. No, it's a jewelry room, so that wouldn't make sense. The glass was cut, but the door wasn't. Yes.
Oh.
The doors of the storage room is opened with the key, but the jewelry case is still locked when it was sliced apart. That's right. So that means the thief only had the keys to one of the storage rooms. They didn't have the key to the jewel case. According to Mr. Dennis, only he and Burns can access the jewel storage room. I understand why the police suspect Barnes, but I'm not so sure. Obviously, it'd be best if we could talk to Barnes herself, but he's still being questioned. We need to ask Mr. Dennis about the lock on the jewel case. Alright, after we wrap up here, let's go ask him. How's the investigation going, Tim? Oh, Mr. Dennis. Sorry, I couldn't stand just waiting around. Have you discovered anything? It appears the culprit used the storage room key to gain entry. We believe when they then cut open the jewelry case, and I took the took the aura drop. Now I took the aura drop. That doesn't happen. Is that so? I suppose it doesn't help Barnes much, since he had access to the key. I have a question for you, Mr. Dennis. Who has the key to the jewelry case? I have it right here. I always carry the key to the case on my person. I've known Barnes such a long time, but I still wouldn't give him this key. Security of the jewelry case is my personal responsibility. Got it. But both Barnes and Dennis can access the key to the jewelry storage room.
But only Mr. Dennis has access to the key to the jewelry case itself. That's valuable information, Mr. Dennis. Thank you. Really? I thought I might be getting in the way, but I'm glad to hear I could help. The Aurora Drop is meant to become a symbol of the revival of Rhyme City. Anyways, I'm counting on you, Tim. A symbol of revival? Let's ask Mr. Dennis about that. Is Barnes the culprit? The police protect Brandon Barnes as the culprit. Begin investigating the people and Pokemon in the mansion. The thief cut open the case to steal the jewel, but they had a key to get into the storage room. And the only people who have access to that key are Barnes, Dennis, and Barnes. So it makes sense that the police would suspect Barnes. If the key hadn't been used to lock the storage room, Barnes wouldn't have been under suspicion in the first place. Why would he do that, knowing people would suspect him? Maybe he didn't think that far ahead. In any case, based on what we found at the case of the crime, at the scene of the crime, we can't be certain of anything just yet. We need to talk to Barnes and the other people in the mansion and hear what they have to say. Not just people, the Pokemon too. I'll investigate for you when we talk to them. Alright, I'm counting on you, Pikachu. Okay, now we got our first few steps figured out. Let's start investigating everyone right away. Well, I got no evidence, really. Let's start deducting. This is the jewelry storage room and the scene of the crime. Looks like Pokemon feathers. Given how they're scattered, do you think Pokemon might have entered and exited through this window?
Whoa!
Well, we might be investigating a crime, but we should still respect personal privacy. We shouldn't go barging into rooms that we have nothing to do with the case, Tim. True. We should focus on the jewelry storage room. This room is currently being searched by the police. Oh, now a lot of people show up for the party. Right, let's go. Not Chansey, Clefairy. No, Clefairy. Is it Clefairy or is it Clefable? Clefable, I'm gonna guess. Clefable, all years for Mansion Gossip. Fave. Oh, it's Clefable, Mr. Dennis. Miss Dennison's partner, apparently. Can I ask you a few questions? Faye? Whoa, what gives? No need to be rude. What's wrong? Seems like she's real suspicious of us. Maybe she's feeling more sensitive after the incident. Here. Hey, she's still...
Yes? You certainly don't look like you're with the police. State your business.
Claudia Dennis. Something Dennis. We're detectives, Miss Dennis. Mr. Dennis asked us to investigate the incidents that occurred here. Detectives? Oh, I suppose my husband did say something about that. Your husband? That must mean you're... Claudia Dennis. Sanjav's wife. Apologize if I'm butchering that name. I'm sorry to bother you, but do you mind if we ask you some questions? I do mind Askew. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. The case has already been solved. Ooh. What do you mean? The police say that Barnes is behind it all. So the matter's settled. We've heard he's under suspicion, yes? Yes, but we can't be certain it was Barnes who committed the crime. Oh, you sound like my husband. But nothing you say will change the fact that Barnes is the culprit. How much you want to bet that she did it? Barnes's partner, Douglas, was up to no good. I saw it with my own eyes. Did you witness the crime? Barnes's partner, Douglas, was involved in this crime? You look as though you don't believe me.
Excuse me?
Is it true that you witnessed the crime? Well, I didn't exactly see it clearly. Huh? But I did witness some irrefutable proof. What exactly did you see? At the time of the incident, I was enjoying a cup of tea in my room on the second floor. Just when I noticed a bird Pokemon flying outside the window. A bird Pokemon? Yes, I clearly saw a blue bird Pokemon. It had to have been Ducklet. Okay. We did find blue feathers near the window in the storage room. So those were Ducklets? In hindsight, she was obviously stealing jewelry. I had also heard a faint sound just before that, like something metallic. A metallic sound? Do you think that could have made the noise? No, I don't. But the storage room was ransacked, wasn't it? I suppose she must have broken something in the act. And I've heard it confirmed that Mr. Ducklet's feathers were found in the room. Isn't that proof enough that Barnes was a culprit? Barnes? She's pretty darn convinced of her own theory. But it's all based on a metallic sound and the sight of a flying blue Pokemon. Pretty flimsy if you ask me. Yeah, I'm sorry, Miss Dennis. But the information alone isn't enough to definitively prove Barnes is the culprit. Then hurry up and find whoever it is. And get the jewelry back. Isn't that what my husband hired you for? I get that she's upset, but she doesn't have to take it out on us. About Barnes.
Excuse me?
Miss Dennis seems pretty convinced that Barnes is innocent. Oh yes, I'm sure he is. He's always been too trusting, especially when it comes to Barnes. The two of you trust each other that much? The two of them trust each other? I'm told Barnes has worked here a very long time. Much longer, in fact, than I've known Sanjeev. I suppose that's why Barnes is always taking my husband's side. Oh, what do you mean? Whenever my husband and I have a disagreement, Barnes inevitably sides with Sanjeev, even though I'm sure he believes he's being impartial. The lack of self-awareness is yet another one of his many flaws. Maybe you're just the one that's wrong in these arguments. I get the feelings Claudia's not a huge fan of Barnes. Do you think that's why she's so sure he's the thief? Probably.
Excuse me?
Could you tell us about Ducklet? Ducklet is Barnes' partner. She dotes on him tirelessly and always by his side. But she's not there now. I'm guessing that's Barnes in the background. You mentioned earlier she might have been involved in a crime somewhere. Would Ducklet be capable of such a thing? Yes, she even helps Barnes out with his shopping. She'd certainly be capable of making off with a jewel. Well, whether or not Ducklet stole the jewel, the one thing that seems certain is that she really loves Barnes.
Yes?
The Aurora Drop is an incredibly valuable jewel. So Miss Dennis, told me Mr. Dennis told me the same thing. But do you really understand? Can you ever comprehend just how valuable it is? Uh-huh. I knew it. Just look at those blank expressions. Hey, my face always looks like this. As it is, I'm not even sure my husband understands the true value of the jewel. After getting his hands on something so precious, why would he want to donate it to Rhyme City? So, you're against the Aurora drop? Of course I am. Treasure like that isn't meant to be paraded about in the general public. It should be preserved for quiet observation by a select few. Hard to imagine her quietly doing anything. Wow.
Hello there, Detective Tim. Detective Goodman?
Oh, this isn't Barnes. Larry Turner, newest staff of the Dennis residence. Wait, you are detectives, right? That's what Mr. Dennis said, at least? My name's... Wait, that's not proper enough. Sorry. My name is Larry Turner, and I'm the newest member of the house staff. House staff? Huh. Seems in over his head. If you need anything, just let me know. I mean, please inform me if... You really don't have to be so formal with us. Thanks. Thanks, that's a huge relief. I got this job a while ago, but I'm still not used to talking all fancy. Oh no, is that a problem? Well, it is a good thing for me that Barnes deals with the most important tasks. My duties are taking care of the Pokemon, managing the house, and groundskeeping. I can handle all that, no problem. I doubt this guy isn't exactly filling up with confidence of his ability to do his job. Anyways, oh, you wanted to talk about what happened, right? I mean, I already talked to the police. I already told the police everything I know. I'm really sorry. I'm taking up more of your time. Oh, sorry. It's not what I meant. I'm not complaining or anything. It's just that I don't remember what happened very well. Something attacked me out of sight, and I blacked out. Something attacked him? So, not the thief then. Could you please tell us more about that, Mr. Turner? Sure, no problem. About the crime that took place. Right. So, where to start? I was doing my job like normal today. I made food for the Pokemon, did some cleaning around the mansion, that sort of thing. I was thinking of tidying up the garden when it happened. I saw a ducklet fly out the second-story window. As I recall, I wondered where she was going. I mean, usually ducklet just flies out the front door. Just walks out the front door. It seems weird to me. So I went upstairs to see what was going on. And when I saw the door to the jewelry storage room was wide open, as if that wasn't shocking enough, the moment I went to look inside, I was suddenly punched by a Pokemon. So not Ducklet, unless Ducklet went back into the room. The next thing I know, I was lying on a sofa, and someone was treating my wounds. Pokemon punched you? Yes, it feels like I glimpsed a small red figure, for just one moment. A red-figured Pokemon. Is that... Oh, I don't know enough about Pokemon. I know, like, up to a certain generation, and after that, I just lost all track of all the Pokemon. Based on the size, it couldn't have been human, so I'm guessing it was a Pokemon. A red Pokemon. Do you know what kind it was? I'm really not sure. It all happened fast. I see. I'm so sorry for what happened to you. But I'm glad you weren't seriously injured or hurt. Huh. That's what the doctor said too. No Pokemon would want to steal. No Pokemon would want to steal an Aurora Drop. It's possible the culprit ordered their partner Pokemon to swipe the jewel and punch out Turner. So Tim, now that you've heard Turner's story, what do you think? We need to find Ducklet that flew out the window and that red Pokemon too. Yep, you got it. The culprit.
Excuse me?
Did you see anything else about the Pokemon that attacked you? The thief who brought the Pokemon along was probably nearby. Oh, unfortunately, it's all I saw. I see. Can you think of any other details that might help give us a clue about the culprit? Nothing in particular coming to mind. I mean, Mr. Dennis is such a nice person. I never heard anyone holding a grudge against him. Except his wife, I think. I was really surprised to hear that Barnes is the suspect. I don't think Barnes is responsible. I guess the police have some reason to suspect him. And honestly, I just can't believe it. Barnes is still showing me the ropes around here. He's a great coworker and tons of experience. I mean, if you'd known Barnes before all this, you could never even imagine him being a thief. Unfortunately, people can show you one side of them and have another side of them. It's happened a lot in history. If you look at stuff like serial killers, their friends and families are like, oh, I couldn't believe they killed those people, that they did all those horrible things. And yet, they did. They have a long record of doing stuff. But to the people they care about and don't want to get let on, they have a certain persona in front of them. And for people they don't care about, they can have another. It's why you should always be careful and wary of when people say like, oh yeah, this person's a complete asshole to me. When they're not to you. Maybe the person is lying because they hate that person and want to get other people to hate him too. Or maybe that person is an asshole to that one person. Sometimes it's warranted. That person they are against, that the person in question is the one person who got, I guess, attacked or whatnot. Anyways, people can lie. People can show you one side of them and have a different complete side of them and different personality to other people. So yeah. Just because someone is nice to you and whatnot does not mean they are a good person overall. It might just be they're a good person just to you for your sake. That being said, I don't think it's Barnes. This would be a very lazy case if it came back to being Barnes. There's usually oh, it wasn't him. It was another person all along.
Excuse me?
Do you know anything about the stolen jewel? Oh, the stolen Aura Drop. I never even seen that thing. It's been shut up in the storage room ever since it was brought to the house. Of course, I know it's valuable and all. I assume that's what's being caused the arguments between Mr. and Mrs. Dennis lately. What sort of arguments? In case you haven't heard, Mr. Dennis says he's going to donate the Aurora Drop. Seems like Miss Dennis is against that plan. They've been fighting about it most lately. Every night. It must really be a point of contention. I guess Miss Dennis really doesn't want to give up such a valuable jewel. So the Aura Droplet's been dividing a wedge between husband and wife, eh? Hey! Will you talk to me now? None of us. Okay. Cheer up, Growlithe.
Ask me anything you like. About the symbol of revival. What makes the Aurora drop a symbol of revival? Makes the Aurora drop a symbol of revival. 2 years ago, during the R incident, my jewelry shop suffered considerable damage. Wait, you were the victim of an R incident? Yes. Some Pokemon who have been exposed to R went berserk. Their rampage destroyed my shop. To say nothing of the damage done to my jewels and other goods. By that time, I already had the Aurora Drop, and I kept it stored safely in the shop. Oh? So was the Aurora Drop damaged too? No. As a matter of fact, it wasn't. All the jewelry in my shop, the Aurora Drop was the only one to maintained unscratched. In fact, debris fell perfectly around the Aurora Drop that you might believe it had been protected. Oh, that's incredible. I guess it's some sort of magic left the world after all. Ever since then, the Aurora Drop became known as the jewel of that survived the R incident. People started visiting the shop just to see it. And thanks to all the attention my business was able to get back on its feet. Sounds like a valuable jewel. In more ways than one. What made you decide to bring it back to your mansion instead of keeping it at your shop? I decided to donate it to Rhyme City. The Aura Drop? But what? Why? People donate something so precious to you. It's not just precious to me, and that's exactly why I've decided to donate it. Mayor Mayers has done his part in improving our city by declaring the start of Pokemon Friendship Week. I thought it was time I did mine. So I wanted to donate this jewel that survived the R incident as a symbol of Rhyme City's revival. I hope by doing so, I could help liven up not just my shop, but the whole city as well. Wow, Dennis, I'm impressed. That's a wonderful gesture. I'm glad you think so. But not everyone is pleased about it. Oh? Oh, forget I said anything. I shouldn't burden you with concerns over such personal incidents. For now, I'm counting on you to find the Aura Drop as quickly as possible. Understood. We'll do anything we can. Now then, Mr. Barnes, I'll thank you to leave the mansion until further notice. Understood. Hey, it sounds like the police finished questioning Barnes. Let's go talk to him. Yeah. Brandon Barnes, butler of the Dennis residence. How did this happen to me? How did this come to this? Why are the police suspicious of me? Excuse me, Mr. Barnes. You must be here. Who might you be? I'm Detective Tim Goodman. Mr. Dennis has hired me to investigate the crime that occurred here. Is that so? Oh, my apologies. I'm Brandon Barnes. Again, I like how they keep the name, and I think I've said this before in certain games, where like a character will come on screen, you have no idea who they are, but their name will be right there. So it'll be like, oh, this new mysterious woman is coming up. Victoria Valls. And whatnot. And then later on they're like, oh yeah, I'm Victoria Valls. Though you already knew that, because the words are above there. But in this game, we, as the audience, know who it is, because you see the title card. But Tim might not know 100%. So getting the confirmation makes the letters appear. He is Brandon Barnes. And I like when games do that. And there was one good incident in a Naruto Ultimate Storm 4, I think,
where stuff was going on, and all of a sudden you hear Naruto's voice, but it just comes up as question marks. Because if you don't know who it is, then it's question marks. He comes into the picture, and immediately Naruto appears over his name when he speaks further. But because you didn't know it was Naruto, because you didn't see that, you might guess it's Naruto because the voice is so distinct. And it's just a nice touch when games do that. Because Tim doesn't 100% know it's Brandon Barnes. So then when he says, oh yeah, I'm Brandon Barnes, that puts a name to the face. So now from now on, it'll come up. It's just a neat thing. I like it when games actually do that. It makes it feel more real than just, yep, this is a person you've never met, never talked to, but we're going to give them a name before your character knows. Oh, my apologies. I'm Brandon Barnes. I work here at the dentist residence as a butler. Do you mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. Barnes? I realize you must be tired since you were just questioned by the police. Please, don't worry about that. If you've been hired by Mr. Dennis, then it is my duty to give you my full compliance. Thank you. What would you like to ask me first? Yes. At the time of the incident, I was away by the time of the incident occurred. It wasn't until after I'd finished my errands and returned, I think I made the wrong voice, and entered the house I realized something was amiss. I heard Turner cry out from the second floor. When I rushed upstairs, I found him collapsed on the floor in front of the jewelry storage room. So that means Barnes was the first witness to arrive at the scene of the crime. Did you see the thief? Or your other partner Pokemon? No, nothing like that. Wait, if Barnes ran up the stairs, you'd think he would have ran straight into the thief. If he didn't see anyone, could they have escaped out from the second floor? Did you check the storage room? Yes, the door was already open, and when I looked inside, I saw the aura drop was gone. I then contacted Mr. Dennis, and the police arrived, right away. Is there anyone who can corroborate your whereabouts at the time? Unfortunately not. It was only afterwards that Miss Dennis came out of her room to see the commotion was about. She didn't hear Mr. Turner getting punched, the scream or whatnot. She was closer than Barnes was, so she should have. And the only others in the house at the time were Growlithe and Clefable. Naturally, no one can take witness statements from Pokemon. That'd be absurd. So I'm afraid I have no alibi. That's where we come in. The Pokemon that live in this mansion might know something. Mr. Barnes, do you have any idea who the thief might be? Not a clue, I'm afraid. But I do know that Mr. Dennis and I are the only ones who can freely use the key to this jewel storage room. Growlithe guards the key with constant vigilance. So, I must imagine it would have been quite difficult for anyone else to take it from her. I suppose it's no great wonder that the police suspect me, given the circumstances. But I would never do something as senseless. At least this confirms that only these two have access to the key. Where's Ducklet? Yes, Ducklet is my dear Pokemon. Just look at this photo. So that is some of the feathers, but not the dark blue feather. That Ducklet you see there? Yep, isn't she adorable? Just look at her feathers. Simply beautiful. But that's not all. She's also incredibly clever. It even helps me with my work. Oh, excuse me. I'm terribly sorry. I tend to get a little bit carried away when I speak of Ducklet. Oh, it's really no problem. You mentioned that she helps you with your work? What exactly does she do? Let's see. She runs errands for me, such as buying coffee, beans from the local cafe. Oh, she buys coffee beans. Nice.
Oh, there's a place nearby called Hi-Hat Cafe. Perhaps you've heard of it. She regularly goes shopping there. By herself. If that's their go-to cafe, it's gotta be the Hat Blend. Guess I shouldn't be surprised that Rhyme City's elites have such refined tastes. I asked her to go to the cafe today, in fact, but she hasn't returned yet. Oh, could she have wandered off somewhere? Do you have any idea where Ducklet could be? Unfortunately, no. The feathers found at the crime scene are Ducklet's, right? Yes, no question about it. But I haven't the faintest idea why Ducklet's feathers would be there. Just the thought of her getting caught up in the crime somehow. I'm so worried I can hardly think straight. About the airdrop. Out of all the jewels in Mr. Dennis's collection, he considers the Aurora Drop to be the most precious. He worked tirelessly to acquire it in the first place. You might even say the Aurora Drop is the physical manifestation, the crystallization of Mr. Dennis's career as a jeweler. I wish nothing but swift retribution to the thief who stole from him. For someone who speaks so formally, Barnes is a pretty passionate guy, isn't he? Please, Tim. Find the Aurora Drop, I beg you. Don't worry, sir. We're on the case. Based off Barnes' testimony, I'm really not surprised the police suspect him. Oh yeah, good music. Yeah. If only there was another witness. Lose that, at least. About that. You aren't forgetting something, Tim. Huh? Barnes told us that Growlithe and Clefable were in the mansion at the time of the incident, remember? Oh, right. Maybe the Pokemon saw something. Exactly. You can leave the rest to me. Let's go question them.
Tim.
What do you want? What do you want, great detective? Have you finished questioning Barnes? Yes, you just talked to him. For now, anyways. We just haven't finished gathering our evidence. Doesn't change the fact that Barnes is still a suspect. Yeah, he should be a suspect. That's true. If you don't mind, could we talk to him for questions? If you insist. But I do not intend to share confidential information with you. About Barnes. In the storage room key, the reason the police suspect Barnes. Oh yeah. And you think that... So you think that much already? Well, no point in denying it. The only two people who have access to the key are the homeowner and the butler, Mr. Dennis and Barnes. I highly doubt Mr. Dennis staged all of this himself, which leaves Barnes as the only logical suspect. Not only that, but there are ducklet feathers all over at the crime scene, and Barnes' partner is a ducklet. Clearly, Barnes used the key to get inside the storage room, and then had Ducklet fly off with the jewel. That's my working theory. Duly noted. But there's cotton in the room, and Ducklet doesn't have cotton, as well as darker blue feathers. The picture of Ducklet did see darker blue feathers on it, so I don't know if it has it or not. But the cotton is definitely not from Ducklet. There's also the case of Turner being punched by a red Pokemon. Ducklet isn't red. It was also not a human, but tall enough to punch him in the face, and strong enough to. So we're dealing with someone else. We don't have any decisive evidence yet, but we're going to find Ducklet that flew the coop, and then we'll have definite proof. You'll see. Well, I'll be continuing my own investigation. Suit yourself. About the investigation, are you following any leads other than Barnes? Of course we are. We've already collected statements from every last person in this house. Do you mind if I ask about your impression of each of them? Well, I suppose I could tell you that much. Mr. Dent seems rather shaken by Barnes under suspicion. And his wife, Claudia, is reacting quite imperative. What? No, why? You should be off. Impatiently? I don't know that word. She has been approaching us repeatedly to demand that we hurry and wrap up our investigation. Oof. It's gotta be tough. Almost feel bad for the broad. One of the staff members, Turner, has been very cooperative with our investigation. He's told us about everything that's happened until he lost consciousness. I suppose that's all I can say for now. Thank you. We'll keep that in mind. The police can question people and we can't talk to the Pokemon. But they can't talk to the Pokemon. Investigating the Pokemon around here might help us paint a clearer picture of what went down. Mark. No need to glare at us like that. Medic. Calm down, Uri. We're not getting in the way of your police work. Brad Menachik sure is committed to the job. True. And he's been keeping watch. So if anyone tries to hide some evidence, he'll spot it right away. I guess he is helpful in a way. But, I just wish he'd dial back his aggression towards me.
Tim. I see.
I take it you've heard Mr. Dennis had to say? I'm guessing he told you about his butler? He's definitely not pleased that Barnes has fallen under suspicion. It seems that way. In my position, I'm not at liberty to share all the information we've gathered. But if there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. Thank you. What about the situation and the time of the information? We're still looking into that. I'm sure we have more direct questions by asking the witness themselves. You're right. We should take this one step at a time and gather our own intel. I was told Barnes is the police suspect? Well, hi Salem. The circumstantial evidence certainly seemed to be pointing in his direction. He doesn't sound too convinced. Does anything strike you as odd? Yes, actually. I can't think of a single motive for Barnes to steal the jewel. He doesn't appear to bear any ill will towards Mr. Dennis, and he is in no terrible financial. That being said, we must uncover the motive in course of our investigation. But for now, we will say anything for certain. Understood. I hear the Aurora Drop is an incredibly valuable jewel. The Aurora Drop is not only valuable, it's famous throughout the entire jewelry industry. In that, there must be plenty of people who who would like to get their hands on it. Could jewelry have been stolen by an intruder? I wouldn't rule that out, but based on my current evidence, I'd say the likelihood of a burglary is low. Professor Holliday, I know it has nothing to do with the case, but you want to ask me about Harry? Yes. Do the police have any new leads on my father's whereabouts? I'm sorry, Tim, but we haven't had any developments in that front. Oh, well, thank you anyways. I still don't understand it myself. Harry has been working on the R case when he went missing. So it stands to reason that if you follow the thread, you'd find Harry too. But the case has been closed and we still don't have a single clue. Obviously, where did Harry disappear to? Don't be discouraged. Tim, look at how far you've come in the 2 years since you moved to the city in search of your father. You've become such a great detective, and the mayor himself recognizes you with a reward. We'll find Harry. I'm sure of it. And in the meantime, let's keep offering whatever happens. I'll keep offering whatever happens I can. Help I can. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Detective Holiday. Hey! You're still always the business of us. Hey, sorry to bug you when you're already feeling down, but it'd be alright if we asked you some questions. We're here to catch the thief, and we need your help to do that. You're willing to talk to us if it'll help. Sanji, thank you. Sanji? Well, it's nicknamed for Dennis, near as I can tell. Oh, right. His full name is Sanjeev Dennis, so I guess Sanji works. Makes sense. Anyway, Growlithe, let's start with the questions. About the Growlithe. Row! Gotcha. As Dennis's partner, it's his job to guard the mansion. And we already know the key to the jewelry certainly around his neck. Row! It's important to Dennis to guard. So guarding is important to you. Makes sense. It's important to Dennis, so guarding it is important to you. Makes sense. Growl growl. She says she'd always let she'd never let anyone other than Dennis or Barnes ever touch the key. Growl. So that's why she feels extra responsible for what happened. Huh? She's really getting a strong sense of responsibility. Don't worry, the two of us are gonna crack the case.
Well...
Do you remember anything about the time of the incident? Oh. You don't know because you were napping. Yep. Oh. What? Your breakfast was so tasty that you ate too much of it and made you sleepy? Been there, believe me. What are you even talking about? Growl, growl. You woke up when Barnes got home, and would have been right before all the commotion happened. And when you woke up, your precious key was gone. Go. So yeah, Growlithe was drugged, made unconscious. We'll probably check the bowl and find traces of it. Yeah, I'll tell you you're upset. Growl. You'll do whatever it takes to help us catch the thief? Thanks. We'll come ask for an assist if anything comes up. Barnes? Growl, growl. She says Barnes is a kind and well-mannered person. He and Dennis are close, and she's never seen them fighting or arguing. Mr. Dennis really does seem to trust Barnes after all. Growl, growl. And Growlithe likes Barnes too. Judging from that, Growlithe says it's hard to think Barnes is a likely culprit. There wasn't anything in Growlithe's statement that could help us prove Barnes is innocent. Only one left to ask. Clefable. I'll do what I can with Clefable to trust us. Thanks, Pikachu. Nope, check the bowl. Hey! What? You think we're thieves returning to the scene of the crime? You got it all wrong. We're not here to steal anything. We're actually great detectives looking to catch the thief. Please. Please, can you answer our questions? Hey! Yes, really. Come on, you can trust us. Baby! Yeah. Help us out. I'm sure the Clefable's bad news will clear up. Claudia's bad mood will clear up. Baby! So you're willing to talk to us. Thanks. Clefable was worried we do something bad to Miss Dennis. About Clefable. What do you do here in the mansion? Hey! Oh, no job, per se. Unless you can't spend any time with Claudia. Isn't it tough hanging with someone so prickly? Hey! Claudia's not a bad person, you say. Well, you lie! Sorry, didn't mean to be insulting. Baby. Uh-huh. So Claudia's always arguing with someone or another. And when it's just you and her together, she starts to regret the whole thing. Oh, I get it now. Your job is to cheer her up when she gets into arguments. Wow, you're actually pretty nice. I believe Clefable's really important to Miss Dennis. really suck if someone were to take her out back and dispose of her. I bet if it was really important. What time of the incident? At the time of the incident, did anything strange happen to you today? Hello, Ruby Williams. Thank you for the follow. Hello. Hey. The fable's saying she's got sleepy during play. Real sleepy when playing in the mansion this morning. I'm doing good. How are you? Fei-Fei! Then she dozes off and doesn't know what happened after that. Oh, that's too bad. Mr. Barnes. What do you think of Barnes? Do you get along alright? Glad to hear it. Yeah. How are you doing? I'm doing awesome. That's great. Fei-Fei! Claudia doesn't like Barnes, so Clefable tries not to have much to do with him. Fei! Thanks for asking. You're welcome. And she doesn't think Barnes is a bad person. After all, she says Barnes ran to help Turner when he got hurt. Wait, does that mean Clefable saw Barnes going upstairs to help Turner? Yeah, it's gotta. Clefable, what else can you tell us? Fei-Fei! Clefable was dozing off near the front door this morning. When Barnes got home from doing some stuff outside, she woke up and greeted him at the door. So Growlithe and Clefable were put to sleep temporarily. Then Clefable and Barnes heard Turner cry out on the second floor, so they both went running upstairs. And that's when, to their surprise, they found Turner on the floor. That means when Turner was attacked, Barnes was still on the first floor. Open the case and start deducting. No. What is it? X? Is Barnes the culprit? The police suspect Brandon Barnes is the culprit. Begin investigating with the people and Pokemon of the mansion.
Okay.
Alright. We've got some useful information. Let's stop for a moment and get our thoughts. Together. How's stream going? It's been going good. Having fun with the new game. Interesting enough. Based on everything we heard, is there anything that suggests Barnes is innocent? Let's review the information we gathered and see what we come up with. Okay, so is Barnes the culprit? Barnes didn't seem like he would betray Mr. Dennis. Would Barnes really betray Mr. Barnes? Is this a new game? Yeah, it came out, I think, last week of recording, from when I'm recording it. Last Friday. They've known each other for a very long time, and Mr. Dennis trusts Barnes implicitly. Mr. Barnes may not be the culprit. He returned to the mansion after the crime was committed. When Barnes returned to the mansion, both he and Clefable heard Larry Turner cry out, so it's highly unlikely Barnes committed the crime. Barnes must be the culprit. He had access to the key. Barnes is the only one, aside from Mr. Dennis, who had access to the jewelry room key, so he must be the culprit. Well, no. Growlithe was given something to sleep, so someone stole the key from there. He may not be the culprit. It doesn't seem like he would betray Mr. Dennis. Yeah, but I think this is what it's looking for, because he was running up the stairs. Doesn't mean he's not the culprit. There could still be there's still the other Pokemon that could have done it, and he orchestrated. But we'll go with this one.
Okay.
Mr. Clefable greeted Barnes when he returned to the mansion, and Growlithe said she woke up exactly the same time. Barnes and the others only became aware of the crime after that. Doesn't that seem like Barnes couldn't be the culprit? Barnes was on the first floor when Turner was attacked. Oh.
It would have made it very difficult for Barnes to steal the jewelry. I'm not sure we can prove Barnes' innocence with that alone. Yeah. We can't exactly discuss the testimony. That testimony came from Pokemon. No one would believe us. It looks like we're going to need other evidence to prove his innocence. Barnes has an alibi. Can we prove Barnes innocent? Pokemon testimony alone is not enough to prove Barnes innocent. Look at look for stronger evidence. I think it's going to need some other kind of evidence to prove his innocence. But where should we start looking? Nothing immediately comes to mind. At times like this, it's best to try and investigate other leads. We must find a thread somewhere unexpectedly that leads us back to this way. Where is the red Pokemon? The red Pokemon that entered the mansion is clearly involved in this incident somehow. Look for that Pokemon in Rhyme City. Witness reports seeing a red Pokemon in Ducklet. I wonder if the Pokemon that cut open the jewelry case is the culprit's Pokemon. Slicer? No. What's they're not Slicer, but there's the other red. No, because it has clamps, not blades. Having said that, though, we have to learn anything, find a red Pokemon. Let's head back to the city that leads us to the red Pokemon. I'm sure we'll be able to figure out what that Pokemon is. What that Pokemon actually is. Where did Ducklet go? Ducklet is nowhere to be found in Dennis's residence. Find out where she went. At this point, it seems pretty unlikely that Barnes is the culprit. And then, why would Ducklet leave from the second floor window? Seems like unlikely that it's something that's got nothing to do with the jewelry thief. Finding Ducklet would be the quickest way to confirm that. Good call. Let's head to the city and look for her. Okay. Looks like we need a way to continue our investigation. Is to gather information from the city. But where would we go? Should we go after Ducklet or search for the red Pokemon? If you're unsure, why don't we try following Ducklet? I think we have a better lead to go on than the red Pokemon. Oh, right. We did hear Ducklet was supposed to buy coffee beans today. I'll bet she went somewhere to High Cafe. Sorry, I'll get to your message in a second. Alright. Probably go scratching. Searching the cafe. It's not a waste of time, Tim. Alright, do you only play this game, or do you play other games? Yeah, I play a variety of games. I'm currently going through all the Evil Dead games in media. So, the next game is Evil Dead the game. But after that, I have Extreme Disney Skate. And a Naruto game, as well as some other good stuff. Huh? You mean you won't be able to help me? I understand. I understand you feel, ma'am. But we're in the middle of an investigation right now. But what should I do? Looks like the woman has a problem. Sure does. I doubt it has anything to do with our case, but it's hard not to want to help someone who is in trouble. That's the spirit, Tim. If we see a person or a Pokemon with a problem, let's do what we can to help them. That makes us great detective. But we need to prioritize our current case. It is something we can help when we have time. Alright, first let's hear what she has to say. Good idea. Good idea. During your investigation, people and Pokemon may request your help. Solving their problems. These people in Pokemon have a blue speech bubble. If you see them, try talking to them. Welcome concerns that you've agreed to help with are added to the list. You can check this list at any time by pressing the Y button. Keep in mind, some of these requests aren't necessarily problems in the strictest sense. During your investigation, people in Pokemon may request your help solving your problems. These people in Pokemon have a blue speech bubble. If you see... Oh, yeah. It's weird. It doesn't just skip over like most games would just be like, yep, that's the end. You're ending it. And instead goes back to the first thing. It's weird to me. You can get into a loop if you're not paying attention, like I almost did. Excuse me. May I ask what's wrong? Oh, my Lillipup gone missing. Oh no, what happened? We were taking a walk together in Serenity Park. I guess Lillipup must have been having too much fun. He's got so worked up, he took off like a rocket. I've been searching all over for him, and now I'm exhausted. Sorry, give me a minute. Oh. There was something... No. Whatever. Oh. I will work on that later. Sorry about that. I've been searching all over for him, and now I'm exhausted. The police officer won't look into it for me either. I don't know what to do. We can't just ignore this. That's right. Helping people is a detective's job. And finding lost Pokemon, even more so. We'd like to help you, ma'am. We're detectives, so I'm pretty good at looking for lost people in Pokemon. Really? Oh, it's such a huge help. Could you think of anywhere your Lillipup might have gone? But I haven't looked for him in the city yet. Oh, also, Lillipup likes quite quiet places. I'm not sure there are any quiet places around here, though. I think enough of information for us to go on. Please, wait here while we search for him. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've had to add to your workload when you already look so busy. But thank you. I hope you find my sweet Lillipup. Yeah, if you see Lillipup during your investigation, we should talk to it. Alright. Serenity Park. Look-a-tong! This place is huge. This is Serenity Park. It's where everyone goes to break off from the busy city. So it's popular with people and Pokemon? Yeah, sometimes you'll find Pokemon here you wouldn't normally see in the city. You might want to try swinging by for a walk when you've got some free time. Well, Lillipup's probably in here. Are you a Lillipup? You're a red Pokemon.
Raboot.
No, you're Raboot. Score a hat trick. Yeah, that's Raboot, a Pokemon known for its excellent footwork. Rab! Oh, what's it saying, Pikachu? It wants us to be quiet because it's trying to think up a practice routine. Oh, I see. I'll leave it alone then. Nice how those arrows on the ground to tell you, yeah, if you go that way, you'll leave this area. I could watch Pokemon, watch Perlin all day. It never gets bored. Rena! Yeah, I'm not going to talk to everyone. I want to get to the end of this. You're not a Lillipup, are you? Papa me! Have some pollen puffs. Oh, it looks like a Romulan. Well, they mix pollen and nectar to make all kinds of different puffs. Boom, boom! It sure seems busy. Boom, boom! Apparently, it's making pollen puffs and it's cutify to eat. These little bugs have big appetites while they're growing up, so it's got enough to prepare a ton of food. Sounds like work. Sounds like a lot of work. Let's just watch to try not to get in its way.
You there! Wait, you wouldn't happen to be that great detective duo, would you?
Charles Murlock, scientist.
I am such a huge fan of yours.
Oh, that's great. Oh dear, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Charles Murlock. I'm a scientist working here at Rhyme City to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. A scientist, huh? What's that? You'd like to hear more about what I do? Actually, I'm busy, so my research has been recognized by Mayor Mayers himself. Now I'm helping out with the new policy that he and the city council are working on. You might say I'm the brains behind Rhyme City's latest politician. This guy is intense. He seems like he's the type who doesn't even listen to what others are saying. If you two great detectives have any questions for me, by any means, fire away. Oh, after all, I have something in common with you both. We're working to help the Rhyme City. We're all coming from the same place, comrades, and the same goals, so I'm prepared to answer any questions you have. Thank you. Guess our only choice is to play along for a bit. What a drag. What are you researching? What sort of research are you doing, Mr. Murlock? My research explores the nature of communication between people and Pokemon. Sounds complicated. No, it's quite simple, really. We're just trying to help people understand human language. Imagine what they'd do for Rhyme City. It'd make life here so much more entertaining. And simple. A whole city where people and Pokemon can go back and forth like we can. Huh? That really makes Rhyme City an even better place, don't you think?
Excuse me?
What do you do to help the mayor with the policy development? My domain is in science, not policy. I can actually propose new legislation. What I can do, though, is develop a new machine and equipment. I can also distribute them to the people and Pokemon of Rhyme City. I'm proud to contribute to my city with the power of science. That's wonderful, isn't it? Mayor Mayers comes up with the ideas for the bill and helps people and Pokemon coexist. So I feel duty-bound to use my position as a scientist to support it. Sounds like he's warming up for a speech. I can tell how passionate you are about being involved in the city. Well, we gotta go.
Can I ask you a favor, Pikachu? Would you allow me to give you a quick health exam?
Ow!
Hey, what'd you just do to me?
Oh dear, is Pikachu upset with me? I only plucked a bit of fur, and the search result should be ready in a moment. Yeah, you know what? Asking first, you creep. I'm not really liking you. This is the machine I created at Mayor's request. It can measure a Pokemon's vital signs in record time. In other words, it makes a quick check on Pokemon's health. I'd say that's a pretty good thing for both people and their partners, wouldn't you? Yeah, that sounds like it. Way to bury the lead. Okay, I'm ready. Now let me see. What's it say? It's detecting caffeine? Did someone say caffeine? Seeing as he's working as a detective, I figured this was no ordinary Pikachu, but these results are truly fascinating. Hello, Mr. Murloc? Oh, I forgot. Oh, forgive me. He's quite alright. No problem at all. I suppose his Triglycerides is a bit high for a Pokemon. My what? He does seem very different from a regular Pokemon, though. Huh? Is there something weird about me? Well, now that you've finished your checkup, I think we'd better get going. Oh, yes. Sorry for taking up so much of your time. Good luck, great detective. Thank you. Come on, Pikachu. Stop sulking. Let's go. I trickle like a rides. Rumble. What are you? Frolics. Lockstep formation. Lynxly. There are such amazing Pokemon around here, and these are so well coordinated. That rock looks suspicious. Terrence. But no Philip.
This is the top, yeah?
Look at that, Pikachu.
Huh?
From here, you have a perfect view of the dentist residence.
Hey Tim, what are you thinking? I'm pretty sure the window's the one in the front of the jewelry storage room. A Pokemon capable of flying out of that would go straight into the mansion from here. Flying could go straight into the mansion from here. Yeah, if the thieves were getting help from a Pokemon, it'd be a perfect vantage point. Okay, was there anything else? Really? Hello? Hello? Oh! That... Huh? What's the content in there? It looks like trash to me. Well, no, it means that this is where the Pokemon were going. Information is demanding to watch. I mean, I learned nothing from that, unfortunately. A lot of people to talk to. And I'll leave it up to everyone else. If they... Oh. Have... We... Yeah, I think we... Yeah, we went everywhere. It's a map of Serenity Park. This park's huge. The Terrace is all the way on the other side. Hey. Wisdom! Cot! They seem happy. What are they talking about? They're saying that no matter how many times they visit the city, it's always bustling and full of fun. Do you suppose they witnessed anything? We can certainly ask. About the Pokemon.
They ride the seasonal winds and take you all over the world, huh? The city seems much livelier than usual. Whenever the Whimsicott arrived. Whimsy! Okay. Soon we'll have to leave this city to travel somewhere else. Whim! Oh, you like coming here every year? Because you can meet so many different Pokemon. I'm awfully happy to hear that. What about the cotton? Is this cotton yours? Whim whim! Yeah. The cot women say it's theirs. We actually found this in Mr. Dennis's mansion. It's not ours. I don't suppose you've been there. Whimsy! Maybe we have to. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Come on! You gotta remember at least that much. Whimsy! This is one who doesn't remember. This one doesn't remember. What does it say? It thinks it remembers going to the mansion while playing with its friends. It thinks so? It's not a very clear answer. Yeah. Let's ask for more details. Have you been inside the Dennis residence? You said you might have been in the mansion, but how'd you get inside? Whimsy! Oh, you went through the window with your friends. Why would you do that? Whimsy! You don't remember anything after eating breakfast this morning. The heck does that mean? Please, it's really important. Just try and remember. Whimsy! Some human you don't know asked you to do it? What was this stranger like? Whimsy! You don't remember because it was someone you'd never seen before, huh? Now look here. You might be an accessory to theft. Caught? You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? You think the Whimsicott may have been unknowingly involved in a crime? If they were, they're blissfully ignorant of it. After all, playing pranks is kind of their whole deal. This complicates things. Have you two seen any red Pokemon around here? Caught! Oh. Ponid is red, and you've recently become friends with one. Ponard? I don't know that Pokemon. It's a Pokemon with blades on all over its body. Ooh, it's true that Ponards are pretty red. Caught. You often run into Ponard at the terrace in Serenity Park. And on windy days, you play with Ponard by picking it up and flying it around. Whim! They say they like to fly prints all over from Serenity Park. Serenity is a big park just beyond here, right? Yeah, and the terrace is way over on the far side. Maybe we can find Parnid there. Do you remember when you last played with Parnid? Whimsy? Huh. Oh, lately they've been playing together every day. Even today. In that case, we might be able to find it there. Whims! If you go and meet Parnid, you should be careful about how we treat its favorite rock. It has a favorite rock? Whimsy! Whim! Apparently there's a rock in the terrace that Parnid really cares about. One time they accidentally stepped on it, and Parnid got mad. Real mad. Wow, that's scary. Better watch where we step. I don't suppose you've seen a ducklet around here, have you? Whim? Whimmy! Whimsy! Whim whim! Okay, I get it. You didn't see her. Whimsy! If you don't see her, I wonder where she went. Doing with Parnid and the red Pokemon we're looking for? Apparently, it's good friends with the Whimsicott that went into the mansion. It sure seems likely. We'd probably be faster just to meet it and ask. But we still have to track down Ducklet. Should we look for Ducklet or Ponard first? Either's fine by me. We can start with whatever one you like. Thanks, Pikachu. We're already here. We might as well look for Parnard. Should have asked the
the Whimsicott before going this way, I guess. But I just should have known it was important to talk to them because they are cotton. Oh, where is the Whimsicott used to meet up in the Parchment, right? That's what they said, but I don't see anything. Oh, it was earlier. Maybe it left for some kind of sign. Well, Parchment are known for their blaze. It's not much, but it's the only lead we've got. We'd better keep looking. Oh, what's with this rock? It's covered in gashes, like something's been scratching at it. Those gashes look like they were left by something sharp like a blade. I doubt people could be strong enough to make clear cuts like that. So, we have our Pokemon. Parscott or whatever. Cotton. We're playing with Ponard.
Whoa!
Oh, where are you going? We have to look around. Maybe we find something and tell Ponard's been here. Well, we saw the rock already. These torn up leaves. They're rough, uneven edges. Isabel Ponard did this? Heh. They look to me like they were bitten, not torn. Okay. Was there any other clues around?
Whoa!
Ah, the Pokemon Red. They're involved in the incident somehow. Look at the Pokemon in Rhyme City.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. But it punched him? Search near the rock. It is highly likely that the stamp marks left in the rock were made by a Ponard. That's true of Ponard being at the terrace. Yep. Search where the Piscots flew. Appear they play together often. Since they flew to the dance room. Able to find Ponard if we search inside the mansion. It is possible the torn up leaves or rough dreams were left by Ponard, who was eating them. Ponard must be near the leaves. So yeah, it's not in the mansion. Could be near the rock or the leaf. It likes the rock. That's probably its home.
Okay.
Huh. We did find a rock that was covered in slashes. If it is, it's been cut with a sharp rock. Maybe those blades were made by Ponard. It's definitely a rock that the Ponard were able to talk about. So if we go to where the rock is, we might be able to find the Ponard. Alright, let's look around those rocks.
Well...
You think you can find a way to drive Ponard here? Sitting near the rock, climb on the rock. Climb on the rock.
Oh.
Whimsicott said that Ponard got really angry when they stepped on the rock. Oh yeah, that's right. Good memory. Maybe Ponard will show up if one of us climbs on top. Worth a shot? Let's give it a try. How's this? I just hope it's actually here to see this. Oh. Pon! What? Ponard! Impressive swords play. It's Ponard. Just like Whimsicott said. Pon! Pon! Okay, it's saying, dareth thou tread upon my cherished rock? What is the meaning of this? Thine answer shall determine thy fate. I will show thee no mercy. Wait, what? Wow, it's really angry. Sorry, just wanted to find you. We weren't trying to mess with your rock or anything. Pon? Whew.
Thank goodness. It says it'll forgive us, but just this once. Pawn! Pawn? You want to know why we were looking for you? Fair enough. We've got some questions we'd like to answer. Would you mind talking to us for a bit? Pawn? It says it'll talk. About the Pawnard. Pawn! So we've been traveling all over the place. All over as part of our journey to warriorhood. I'm sorry, do you say journey to warriorhood? Apparently it travels all over the place to practice and improves its moves. Pawn! It says that because it was born with these blades, it wishes nothing more than to be a master of them. If Pawnard is that proud of the blades, I bet they have rather sharp edges. Pawn! It says it could easily slice a rock or two. It sounds a bit strange, but we haven't punched any recently, have you? Pawn? Pawnard says it never punched a single person or Pokemon in its life. Pawn? Good point. It would cut something with those hands of yours. You could definitely... couldn't punch it. Yeah, that's... on second thought, it'd wind up with a different injury if you were to punch by a Pawnard. Are there any other Pawnard in the city besides you? Pawn? What's it saying? Apparently it's never seen any other Pawnards. About the desert. We heard about the Whimsicott. That they went to Mr. Dennis's mansion. Were you the one who went there with them? Pawn! Pawnard's not sure if it was the same place, but it vaguely remembers going to a big house. Pawn? It says it enters the house together with the Whimsicott. How did it get inside the mansion? Apparently, Pawnard likes to get picked up and flown around by Whimsicott. Do you think it could have gotten inside the mansion that way? Do you happen to cut a jewelry case when you were in the mansion? Pawn. So you can remember the sensation of cutting through something, but the rest is a blur. This is important, so please try to remember. Pawn. It says its mind feels all foggy, and it just can't remember what was going on at the time. Oh, that sure makes things difficult. Pawn! About Ducklet. Have you seen Ducklet around here? Pawn! It hasn't seen her. Great. Where could Ducklet have gone? Well, we finally managed to find Pawnard, but we weren't able to learn anything useful from it. Yeah, and some of what it said is more contracted. I know this word. Contradicted testimony we gathered earlier. Maybe we could get more information if we had proof that Pawnards entered the mansion. Pawn? It's asking if we were done here so we can get back to training. What sort of training does it do? Pawn! It's planning on cutting rocks and things to sharpen its skill and blades. Cut rocks. Wow, that would be... Would it be willing to demonstrate for us? Oh, good idea. It would be a big help to see what a cut from a Pawnard looks like. Pawn! Yeah, it said it would be happily grace us with the demonstration. Thank you. We'll watch quietly so you can focus. This is a clean sight and metallic sound Pawnard's blade made when it made contact. It all matches what they were saying about the crime scene. That means the Pokemon that entered the mansion must have been Pawnard. But neither Whimsicott nor Pawnard remembers clearly. What's up with that? I can't imagine what the Pokemon are lying. Their behavior is pretty unusual, but there must be a good reason for it. I don't think we'll figure out
what's wrong with their memories until we investigate a bit more. Right. Let's go while we can right now. Right. Let's do what we can right now. We should consider looking for Ducklet now that we've found Ponard. Barnes said she liked to pick up coffee the other day, didn't he? Yeah, maybe someone at the High Hat Cafe saw Ducklet then. Now that you mention it, we never did go there ourselves after Holiday showed up.
Tim. So, your hands are blades, huh? Wow, that's pretty neat.
Thank you, Pikachu. You, helped. Alright, so we have to find the Ducklet. But I think I'm gonna end this. Oop. How wonderful to meet you, Detective. Seriously, it's an honor. Yes, nice to meet you. Can I help you? Oh, do you really not know who I am? I'm kind of a big deal in Rhyme University campus, and I know you go to school there too. Know anything about this so-called big deal, Tim? No, not that I can think of. They call me the quiz professor. I'm actually still a student, but that's what they call me. And this is my partner, Toucannon. Why does it look like it has shifty eyes? Narrowed eyes, like beaming at me. Toucannon, breaking beak. So you're a quiz professor. That's me. I'm majoring in Pokemon studies. I can't resist sharing the knowledge I've learned. So I quiz all sorts of people. That explains the nickname of Quiz Professor. It's definitely on an eccentric scene. Can! I'll admit, you got me there. A Pikachu doing detective work is pretty eccentric too. Why don't we celebrate our meeting with a quiz? Pretty busy working a case right now. Okay, here's the first question. In one ear, out the other. Oh well, guess it can't hurt to play along. I guess, here we go. What Pokemon catches prey using its long tongue? The Pokemon question is somewhere in this very city. So go out there and look for it. With... what's your tongue like? Toucannon, mind opening up your beak for your... Nothing extraordinary here. Thanks. Pokemon with a long tongue, huh? There's one nearby. Shouldn't take too long for us to find it. Then you find the Pokemon in question, come to me, and I'll be waiting right here. Answer correctly, and I'll even teach you some more trivia about. Alright. Well, we know it's a Lickitung. And the Lickitung is just down here. We'll do this. Hurry up. Lickitung! Looks every flavor of life has to offer. Lick! A very long tongue. I've made just stretches so far. Say, Tim, the Lickitung might be the answer to that question. The quiz question. I think you're right. Let's go talk to the professor. So, Detective, did you figure out the answer to my first question? I sure did. It's Lickitung, right? Bingo. Yes, you got it. Lickitung uses its long tongue to catch its prey. According to reports, contact with its saliva causes a tingling sensation, as well as a persistent itch. Oh, wow. Good thing we didn't get licked. Huh. I'm feeling itchy just imagining it. Come on! Thanks for warning us. Warning. For the warning. Toucannon. We'll make sure by Lickitung. We'll make sure any Lickitung we meet keeps their tongue to themselves. Well, that was only the first question. I guess it was a little too easy. Are you saying there's more? Of course. And here's where we get serious. Time for question 2. What Pokemon use its cute look to put you off your guard, so it can steal from you.
Hey, we don't have time to deal with another thief.
What Pokemon tries to steal from people?
I think the looks cute part is the biggest hint.
Toucan!
Pretty sure it's not you, Toucanon.
Cattle!
Totally okay. Tim, let's search the area.
Alright. Well, that's fun. I like when games have side missions where you have to go around the land. It's probably that.
Probably the cat.
Anyways, we're gonna go look for more, regular mode. Alright. So it should be saved. And I will end this here. So, thank you my brothers for watching. I will probably do another episode sometime just to get to the end of this mission. But if you liked how it looks, feel free, go buy the game yourself. I'm enjoying it. This seems nice. Some side quests as well. An open area. There goes a sparrow. Not sparrow. The spear fetch or something like that? I don't know. The evolution of Sparrow, I believe. But I'm going to leave this here, like I said. So, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you're intrigued by this. Feel free to go and play the game yourself. I'll probably do one more episode at least, getting to the end of this whole mission. But, until then, thank you my buddies for watching, and I'll see you next anytime. Take care.